Hey, what's up, guys? Jeff Beers here from 40 Finance. Today, I want to do something a little bit different than the usual stock market analysis. I wanted to talk a little bit about a personal loan that I used to renovate my kitchen, and I used a company called SoFi. Now, this video is not a paid advertisement from SoFi. However, I do have my referral link in the description, and I do get paid for referrals if you find this review helpful and want to support the channel. And the purpose of this is not really just your traditional review, but I kind of wanted to go through my thought process when I chose SoFi to do this personal loan and why I chose the format I did. Also be showing you inside of my account on the payments I made, how the application process went, and things like that. So if you're in the market for a loan like this, then I think you'll definitely get some value out of this video. I did put together a few images and stuff on a PowerPoint, so let's jump into those.
All right, so let's talk specifically about my SoFi loan. First of all, the purpose of this loan was to renovate our kitchen. We live in a 1950 Cape Cod that had some minor updates done to it, but we really had to go down to the studs on this one with new cabinets and everything. My wife led the effort, so all compliments go to her. But it worked out really, really well. And at the end of the day, I think we spent about $35,000. If I remember correctly, it was roughly 23,000 worth of basic materials and labor. Then we had like countertops at 6,000. So that's at 29. Then you had about 3 for the appliances. And then from there was some other miscellaneous crap. Like we had to get a new circuit breaker box just because of some of the electric stuff. So little things popped up here and there. But at the end of the day, it came in around 35. So that's why I was going out and prospecting for loans, because I did not want to use all of the savings and have it locked into the kitchen project. I always like to have a lot of cash on hand if possible, or as much as possible to cover for emergencies. All right, so here's some of my criteria that I was looking for when I was shopping from different loan providers. I knew I needed roughly $30,000. I knew that I had good credit, so I was really looking for an unsecured loan, right? No collateral, no mortgage liens, nothing like that. I just want to borrow $30,000. My goal at that time was to pay it off over a year. But as you're going to see, I want to extend the payments further just to sort of backfill and make sure that I'm in a good place. So the unsecured part here is pretty big. So keep that in mind if you're in the market for unsecured, which is no collateral, mortgage liens, etc. Point number 3, I think everybody, it'd just be nice if it was online and I didn't have to go to a bank and stop by there 3 or 4 times. Point number 4, little to no fees. This is where the loan world really gets weird. You can get lower rates and pay thousands of dollars in fees and vice versa. So I was looking for no fees with an average interest rate at the time of 5 to 8% was what was going on in the market. And most importantly, at the end there, no penalty for early payoff. I knew that I was going to pay this one off early. All right, so this is taken right off of the SoFi website, and I'm not sure how much it changed since last year when I got in, but the rates look pretty similar. And you can see the range here is 5.9% up to 16.65. We are talking mainly a range in credit score. So that's going to be the primary factor, I'm going to guess, is the qualification. If you pay it off in 2 years, you can get as low as 6. I opted for 4 years, which was 8.15. And I believe what we'll see here on the next slide is I got about a 0.5% discount for doing automatic payments. So if that is true for all these tiers, you could conceivably get 2 years at 5.5 with good credit. All right, and on this page is directly from my SoFi account. This loan is closed, but here are the final details, right? So I got it last year, almost exactly last year as I look at this. Original balance, $31,000. My rate was 7.64%, fixed rate, original loan term of 48 months. We'll see how I paid it off, but I paid it off in about 12 months. So everything that I wanted to happen happened. But it's important to know that just because it worked out this time, I had my safety devices in place, right? I preserved my savings account to not dump it into a kitchen, right? I preserved my home equity so that if something bad were to happen or if the family needed more funding, my home equity was safe off to the side and had nothing to do with this loan. So that's kind of the reason I jumped through. And I know the most common complaint is going to be, oh, dude, you could have got XYZ interest rate on home equity. I know that. Okay, I know that, but I had a different game that I was playing on this one. So hopefully you guys understand that. All right, so this is just a real quick, like how fast the SoFi gets you money. I just literally cut this out of my email. I went back to a certain like calendar range, and it looks like on 6/16, I got the email that said, thanks for your application. 6/21, SoFi funded it from their approval standpoint. And you can kind of see, I don't know if you guys can read it or not, but you can see that within the lines there, within the next few days, you should see money in your bank. So I didn't go back in my bank records and see when it was deposited, but I don't remember that it was much longer. So let's just pretend it's the 24th. Let's give them 3 business days. I don't even think it was that long. So 6/16 for my application, guesstimating 6/24 on money in the bank ready to spend. That's a pretty good turnaround, in my opinion, and certainly a lot easier with an online service. All right, so over here is how I made my payments and what the payments cost me, etc. So you see that the disbursement was on 6/20. Scheduled payment number 1 was 7/21/19. First payment, so what were we at? 7.6% interest, 48 months, $31,000. The first month's interest was $195. Principal amount on that payment, $553.49. Total payment of $748. So right off the bat, I paid $200 in interest. I paid off this loan on May 30th, 2020, with the final payment of $24,686, and I'm done. So at the end of the day, I got my $31,000. I held my $31,000 for approximately 11, I call it 11 and a half months. That process cost me $2,000, just under $2,000 to do that. But got the kitchen done, preserved my home equity, preserved, use of credit cards and things of that nature. So overall, I'm happy. And to be honest, if you started to get into a home equity line, your fees can be just as much as I paid in interest, and you got a lien on your house, right? And you got banks involved with all your business. That to me is a fair price for what I had delivered in the way I wanted it delivered. So that's how I look at it. All right, so bottom line, and a little bonus here for you. Good service. Literally 0 issues, guys. 0 issues. The money got there. Application process worked fine. I think you do all of your IDs and stuff are taken online. You take pictures of it and send it in. They call you, ask you a couple questions. I don't even know if that's was 100% necessary though. But anyway, you get to track it all within your dashboard. Third bullet point there, second, I already noted home equity lines. And when I say good service, for me, it was important to preserve equity since I was paying off quickly and didn't want liens on the house. So SoFi for me was a perfect fit, right? But I had very specific things I was looking for. they delivered and they did a good job. So I definitely would give them a positive review. I would say that, you know, if you are looking to get a loan for a kitchen renovation, you need to think about or talk to your spouse about what are your qualifications. Maybe you don't care to tap the home equity, or you know, maybe you have different situations. But for me, it was perfect. In the description at the bottom, you'll see my referral link. This is my personal referral link. It is not a paid advertisement. But if you decide to use that, if you found this review helpful, you can see that you will actually get an additional $300 if you fund your loan through SoFi. So this goes above, you know, the loan that you actually needed. So a bonus 300 is a pretty good deal. And hopefully this review was helpful for you guys. Please give me a like and subscribe, particularly if you like stock market content and personal finance videos. Love to see you be a part of the channel. I will see you on the next video.